Alright, so if you watch the intro on conics, you know this is the standard form. We call this standard form. Descending order, ax squared plus bx y, if that term is there, plus some number times y squared, some number times dx, sometimes number times y, plus some number times f. Alright, so that's our standard form. This we're going to call not standard form, we're going to call this our graphing form, because it makes it much easier to graph. So these give us the coordinates of the center. This is the x coordinate, this is the y coordinate. So this has a center of positive h, positive k. So if it's x minus this number, we take the opposite, we take the positive. If this was a plus here, we would have a negative here. And then same for the y. And then this number here is our radius squared. So we take the square root of this to get our radius. So our radius is the square root of that number, which is just r. So let's do a couple of examples here. Think of this as x plus 0 squared plus y, plus 6 squared equals 4. Alright, so then that tells us that this is our x coordinate for our center, this is our y coordinate for our center. So that gives us a center of 0. It's the opposite sign here, so it should be a negative 6 for our y. And then the radius is this number square rooted. So it's the square root of 4 equals 2. So that means we're going to start our center at 0, negative 6. It's hard to see on my screen here. So that's the center. And then the radius is 2, so I'm just going to go find, not that a circle has corners, but it's the easiest 4 points for me to label. And then we will draw a little circle here. That's it. Alright. Come on. Whatever. Alright, so example 2, we've got that gives us our x and our y coordinate. So our center should actually be negative 2 and a positive 3, because it's going to be those opposite signs. And our radius is the square root of 49, square root of this number, which is 7. So negative 2 up 3, there's our center. And then 2, 4, 6, 7 up. 3, 7 down, 7 to the right, and 7 to the left. And then there's our circle. Okay, so what if they don't give it to us that easy? What if it's in a form like this? So we have to write the equation in graphing form. That essentially amounts to completing the square. Alright, it's a lot easier than when we were doing it before. Well, fairly easier. First you're going to want to write it, group the x's, group the y's. So x squared plus 6x. Now watch what I do here. Plus something. Alright, and I want to add the y squared, and then there's nothing else, so that's fine. There's no other y's, I don't have to deal with that. So 0 plus something. If I add something on one side, I got to add it to the other. So if I want to complete the square here, I want this to factor to x plus or minus, it's a plus 6, so x plus something squared plus y squared equals, right? That's what I'm trying to get, so that I have it in graphing form. So what I'm going to do is we take half this number, 6 divided by 2 is 3, 3 squared equals 9. So that's the number we need to add here, because this, x squared plus 6x plus 9, factors to x plus 3 squared. If you don't believe me, just pause the video and then factor this, and you should get that. And then I have to add 9 to both sides, so that's my completed equation. So that tells me that I have a center at negative 3, because it's the opposite of this. And it's y squared that's the same as, y squared is the same as a y plus 0 squared. So the y coordinate is 0 for my center, and my radius is the square root of 9, which is 3. So I go back 3, up 0, and my radius is 3, so 3, 3, 3, 3, and then there's my circle. So let me try one more of those with a little bit more to it, and then you're going to do that one I just deleted on your own. So on the next slide, this is the one I want you guys to try. But let's see one more example here. If you're ready to go, just go for it. That's fine. So I'm going to, sorry about all that stuff, rewrite it. So I got x squared, is there an x? Yep, plus or minus a 2x. So minus a 2x plus something plus y squared plus an 8y plus something equals, and what I'm going to do here is just, or less than or equal to, I'm going to subtract the 8 from both sides, so I have a negative 8 over here. I just want to get this one number that's by itself out of the way. I just want to move it over here so I don't have to deal with it. And then I can add the appropriate numbers to complete my squares. So negative 2, I don't want to write that there, sorry. Negative 2 divided by 2 equals negative 1. Negative 1 squared is 1, so I've got to add 1 here. 8 divided by 2 equals 4. 4 squared equals 16. So that's 16. This is a prerequisite skill. We've done this already this year, so that's why I'm not spending a lot of time doing it. So this factors x squared minus 2x plus 1 factors to x minus 1 squared. Y squared plus 8y plus 16 factors to y plus 4 squared, and that's all less than or equal to, oh, I almost forgot, since I added a 1 here and I added a 16 here, I added those both on the left, I got to add a 1 and a 16. So, sorry, make sure you should do that step at the same time. My bad. But there it is. So negative 8 plus 1 plus 16 is going to be a 9er. Alright, so now we got a center at 1, because it's the opposite sign, negative 4, with a radius of square root of 3 equals 9. So, over 1 down 4, a radius of 3, so it's there, there, that's top one, sorry, and there. So it's kind of messy. So there's our circle, and since it's a less than or equal to, it means we actually include the circle and everything inside it. So it would be technically a disk. So that's everything included inside it. There it is. This one's a greater than, so it's going to be not an equal to, it's just a greater than. So it's going to be a dotted circle and include everything outside of it, because everything greater than that. Alright, enjoy. See you tomorrow.